What's up, guys? It is Monday, December 30th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 877,121. TikTok next block. Now, before I get started, I got to give a shout out to Chris from Fractal Bitcoin. He's the one that inspired me and helped me to do this with StreamYard. So I really appreciate that. But what this episode is, or this series, it's a new series. It's going to be called Bitcoin Numbers and News. This is episode number 1, where I'll do this Monday through Friday. I want to do a live too, but I'll just do this Monday through Friday. And what I'm going to do is obviously give you some numbers with Bitcoin and also give you some relevant news for the day. And I'm going to tell you up front, there's really not a lot of news going on right now. But without, like I said, without Chris from Fractal Bitcoin, this show would not be here today. Also, Jor, he's definitely an inspiration to me. But speaking of Jor and Chris, now you guys know I'm new to this. Bitcoin Amigos. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Bitcoin Amigos. We have a new playlist now of songs. You can also find them on Spotify and I think Apple Pay and Wavelake. But Chris has made some great songs, and right here you can see that he's made some videos with the lyrics of our songs. So go ahead and support that and check us out. And like I said, also one of the amigos is Jor from 88 Sats Radio. Make sure you subscribe to him, and of course, make sure you subscribe to Chris. Now, also, I want to tell you guys about Strike real quick. This is my main um, app that I use. I use it on my phone. The main app I use to buy Bitcoin. You get free fees after the first 7 days, and you can buy every hour on the hour. Guys, I buy every single hour on the hour to buy sats. So it's an incredible way to do it. So go ahead and check the links in the description box below for more information and get you some free fees by signing up. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So I want to show you guys this right here. This is bitcoinsperperson.com. I love this website. And what it does is it shows you if everything was evenly distributed, this is what you can get, or this would you be your fair share. 244,765 Bitcoin or Satoshi, excuse me. Right now, it's been about 19.8 million Bitcoin mined so far. And what it says below is this: given that a Bitcoin currently costs a little bit over 91,000, just under 92,000, there are only enough Bitcoins for every person to have $225 worth. If Bitcoins were distributed using the current global distribution of wealth, 99.9% of people would have $42.81 worth of Bitcoins, and people in the top 0.001% would have 0.73 Bitcoins each. I mean, let that sink in, guys, right? And like the great Satoshi Nakamoto says, it might make sense just to get some in case it catches on. If enough people think the same way, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I love this, man. I love looking at stuff like that. And speaking of sats, we have the sats. We have the sats per dollar, which I love. Um, and if you see the chart is going down, meaning it's costing you less sats to get per dollar. Are you getting less sats per dollar? Right now, we're getting over 1,000 Satoshis for $1, which I love. And you can go here and look at different things on the charts and everything else. And I just love it. That's my favorite one though. Looking at the absolute crushing of the dollar that we're doing. So now, this is today's Bitcoin price. Like I said earlier, it's 92,400 and something. Guys, this is a gift. You know, this is an absolute gift. And if you look at this is the daily. You know, we're down a little bit, which is good. Again, it's a gift. It's extra sats. You know what I mean? You can buy extra sats with your dollars that you know that are getting printed to oblivion, which I'll show you guys later. So yeah, price don't matter. This is an absolute gift. And here's another chart. I like to look at different charts for Bitcoin. This is another Bitcoin price chart I like to look at just to get some different views on everything. And you just see the whole thing. This is the actual 24-hour. This is the 7-day. And, you know, it's just going down, man, which I love. But if you zoom out, like you can do with TradingView, Look at the last 6 months. We're just going up and up and up, guys. So again, this is a gift. So let's take a look at the rankings of Bitcoin. Right now, this is stuff I look at every morning, guys. I look at this stuff every morning, and I just look at it in amazement. You know what I mean? Where all the dollars are going and stuff like that. And obviously, gold is still king. It's number one at 17 trillion in market caps. These are the top market caps of all major assets in the world. Coin companies, marketcap.com, assets by market cap. And I suggest you guys look at all these charts that I'm showing you and all these indicators so you can look at them yourself. But obviously, gold is number one, but we're here for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is number 7 right now. You know what I mean? Let me update it. Yeah, even with the price quote unquote down to 92,000, we're at 1.8 trillion. And nobody even knows what this thing is, man. It's just incredible, man. Incredible. And then I like to look at this here too. This is the crypto fear and greed index. So just anytime you see the word crypto, and I'll get into that in a second, just put the word Bitcoin in. We don't care. Now, normally I like to buy here in the red and in the orange and the yellow and stuff like that because people are really really fearful. But right now we're at 65, which I'm surprised at, to be honest with you. But it's down from yesterday when it was at 73, and it's down from last week at 70. And this total month is 84. So totally it's down. It's going to a downtrend. And the further this thing goes down, guys, that's the best time to buy because usually the price is going down with that. So we like to see that. And speaking of cryptos, this is coinmarketcap.com. I like to look at this indicator as well. Again, we're at 92,103, and this is the top uh, market caps for all the quote unquote cryptos in the world. And obviously, Ethereum's usually always number 2, but obviously, Bitcoin's the king. You know, Bitcoin is going to be, always number 1 in this. And if you look at it, you look at the market caps, which is 1.8 trillion, like we said before. Excuse me. Ethereum is 400 billion. But if you look at the top 10 of these S coins, they always change, man. All these things are projects and stuff like that. And I'm showing this stuff for you for context, but look at the circulating supply right here. Look at this. Like I said, 19.8 million Bitcoin have been mined. Look at the circulating supplies for everything else. Look at that for Ethereum. Tether's a USDT, so it really doesn't count. But XRP, everybody's talking about it. Look how many coins there are, or tokens. You know what I mean? BNB, Solana, all this stuff is, in my opinion, and this is not financial advice. I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm only talking about crypto because people get confused with this. If you're absolutely brand new to Bitcoin, again, this is not financial advice, but I would highly suggest you just get into Bitcoin, study Bitcoin, and then learn about the cryptocurrencies after that. And if you're interested in cryptocurrencies, but us OGs are not, and we don't really care about that, to be honest with you. But I look at everything from a Bitcoin perspective. And just to let you know, this is the Bitcoin market cap dominance of all the cryptocurrency. So if you took all the money that are in the cryptocurrency, this one coin right here, again, I'm gonna show you this again, at 92,000 and 1.8 billion trillion, excuse me, market cap, that we own 57% of the share out of thousands of cryptos. And this is why, guys, this is why Michael Saylor and everybody else said there is no second best. So don't even worry about the cryptos, man. All right, so this one I really like. This is coinglass.com. This shows the balances of the this is funny. Look at this. Shows the balances in between the price of Bitcoin, which is going down, right? Which is fine. And the yellow line here. And then the green line is how many Bitcoin are on the exchanges, right? And here are the list of the exchanges right here. Bitcoin exchange balance, Coinbase obviously is number 1. Guys, listen. If you have Bitcoin on Coinbase, I highly suggest you get it off there. I really do. Don't play around with that. That's not. It's just not good. Okay, not your keys, not your coins, or I like to say, not your keys, not your cheese. Okay, So Binance has got some, and these are all the exchanges that they're talking about. I'm trying not to scroll fast, so I don't mess your eyes up. But this is the price. So usually, as the price goes down, the number of Bitcoins on the exchange are going up, right? And as you can see, there's about roughly 2.25 million Bitcoin on the exchanges. This is not including the OTC desks, over the counter desks, and everything people owns and stuff like that. And again, 70 something percent of the Bitcoin, 68, 70% of the Bitcoin are held by people like us. And again, when these big companies and countries come out here buying it, where they're going to get it from, and look at the trend here, guys. Look at this. It just keeps going down. The exchanges are going down. Then it just fell off a cliff, started falling off a cliff in November. You know what I mean? And look how much it's gone down. That's a big percentage in a month and a half, roughly. So, all right. So now we're going to take a look at dashboard Clark Moody, which I love. This is one of my favorites. If you don't have this, put this on your desktop. But again, we got the price. We got the Sats per dollar, 1,080. Guys, if you can spare a dollar, I would definitely buy the dip. No question about that. We saw the market cap and everything else. Um, the all-time high, how much we're down for the all-time high. Excuse me, somebody's trying to call me. And decline 14 and a half. All-time high was a couple days ago, December 17th, about 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago. You look at these numbers, the gold, Bitcoin price and gold. So I love this, man. Just look at this on your dashboard or your desktop. Put this on there and look at these numbers again. The money supply of Bitcoin, which is transparent, is 19.8 million coins. And the percentage of all coins, all the 21 million that'll ever be minted, 94.3% of them have been minted. You know what I mean? And we only got a little bit over 1 million to go until the year 2140. So learn about the epochs, learn about all this stuff, take a look at these numbers, and yeah, you'll learn a lot. Now today's a interesting day. Today's the difficulty adjustment day. On this day in 2009, the very first adjustment of the proof of work difficulty occurred. The difficulty increased from 1.34 to 1.82 times the previous year's difficulty. Now, if you guys don't know what the difficulty adjustment is, maybe we'll make a video about that. But I love this chart too. Chain calendar.com. I love this. This shows so many different things. Again, all these numbers are crazy, but it's not about the price. It's about the epochs and how many Bitcoin are coming out every 10 minutes, which is 3.125. Now, remember, I told you back here, these are the blocks, 877,126. And these are just a bunch of transactions in these blocks. And every time somebody gets this or mines this block, they get the subsidy of 3.125 Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So it's an incredible system, man. It really is. And again, Epoch 5 supply, everything else. But I like this here, this circle here, because it shows you so much, blocks to difficulty adjustment. We got 1,868,000. This happens every fortnight, every 2 weeks. And then this orange line is blocks to halving, 172,892, which, again, we just started this. And a halving is cycle is 210,000 blocks. So a 1 year. So if you take half of that, 210, it's 105,000. Half of that is 52,500. So once we get right around here, every quarter, like just look at this like a clock: 12, 3, 6, 9. Once we get to 3, we'll be at 52,500 blocks mined for that cycle. So, and then you got all this stuff over here. Again, 1,086 sats. And then we got all these numbers here, which I love. You can go and change the time down here. You can change a date, go back in time to, block number 154,409. It'll tell you what was going on. It's just incredible, man. I love these. I love these indicators. So this is another really good website. It's called timechainstats.com, which I love. And this gets into a lot of different things. Mainly, I like the hash rate. As the hash rate goes up, if you guys don't know what hash rate is, that's how many excuse me, miners there are mining for Bitcoin. And the more that goes up, the price usually follows it, as Max Kaiser likes to say. But yeah, up here, the hash rate 802 um, exahash, I think it is. You look at this stuff, fees are really, really low. See, that's just $3 per V byte. I'll show you here again on this one. 3 sats per V byte, which is very, very cheap. So that's if you want to move your Bitcoin from one wallet to another, or if you want to consolidate UTXOs, which we'll cover later on. You want to know about those fees because, again, in the future, the fees I believe will be very, very high. And if there won't be very, very high, I believe the sats will be worth much more in the future. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. You got this stuff right here, which I love. They show what happened in these blocks and who mined them. You got fees versus subsidy. So when somebody mines Bitcoin, this is what they're getting versus this is the fees, the transaction fees, and this right here is a subsidy, which is 3.125. And yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff here, guys. So I highly suggest you put this on your desktop, and we'll go through this later. And then they got some very good quotes and everything else, and they'll show you what's going on with the Bitcoin versus the fiat throughout the world. What is a sat worth? You know, it's versus the dollar. It's just this is an incredible website. It just goes on and on and on. So we'll check that out. And then what do we got here? We got so let's get into a little bit of news. Like I said, there's really not a lot of news today, to be completely honest with you. Um, but hey, El Salvador, they bought Bitcoin every single day. They buy it. They buy 1 Bitcoin a day, and they bought more and more when the IMF gave them some money, which was good. But they have gotten over 6,000 Bitcoin, which is big. And again, I tell people, they're kind of bearish, to be honest with you, but I don't know their total, how much, percentage of money that is and stuff like that. I wish they bought more, but again, they are a third world country, but they're buying every day. That's like you should. They're DCAing, which is great. But yeah, they went over the 6,000 Bitcoin mark, which is absolutely great. Now, let's talk about MicroStrategy real quick. MicroStrategy is at 446,400 Bitcoin, and I guess, oh my God, okay, they're at 446,400 Bitcoin. Boy, I hope I showed that last tab. I'm new to this, guys. Sorry if I didn't. Here it is. That's what I was talking about. The 6,000 Bitcoin. And this is BitcoinTreasuries.net, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But MicroStrategy is obviously leading the field in companies. 446,400. Reason I'm talking about MicroStrategy because allegedly they bought another 2,138 Bitcoin. Just another day in the park, for them. 2,138 Bitcoins for $209 million, which is great, man. That's just great. And again, that's a small buy for them. But this is a good website here, so you can see what all the companies own over here. Tesla's got some Bitcoin, guys. They got almost 10,000 Bitcoin, which is cool. But I want to talk about the ETFs for a second. Get down. Try not to go too fast. Right now, IBIT has over 500,000 Bitcoin, according to Bitcoin Treasuries. And then Grayscale, who had 600 something thousand, they went down to 200 something because they sold off because their fees were so high. Fidelity's got 204. And I'll get a little bit more detail here with this website, which is BitcoinStrategyPlatform.com. And it shows, again, BlackRock's 552,000, but they show their buys here. 842 on Friday, 591. They don't buy on the weekends, obviously. Then, some sell off here and there, but they still buy. They still buy, and they're all net. So we have 3 companies that have over 200,000 Bitcoin themselves. And again, this is a very, very scarce asset at only 21 million coins. So, yeah, And then we got another website here. We got Hey Apollo, which shows us in a more visual thing. This is all the IBIT here, all the green for Grayscale. I mean, for BlackRock. And you got Grayscale, ARK Invest. And then if you look at this chart, I love this one. where it shows it actually going up, up, up. This is a visual animation of it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Bitcoin's on sale today. Bitcoin has no ceiling because the US dollar has no floor, obviously. And with the money printer just going up and up and up, and the US national debt going up with it, this is why I say, this is a steal right now. Getting these Satoshis this low. People are asking me, why is it going this low? I mean, honestly, it's probably because it's a slow time and people are just chilling out, Christmas, New Year's, and everything else. But at the end of the day, it's a gift. With this broken system at $36 trillion in debt, this is something that you don't want to get into because it's broken. But like I said before, there is no second best, and Bitcoin is the way, obviously. And this is why people have dove into it. I don't save in anything else. But thank you guys so much for tuning in for my first episode of Bitcoin Numbers and News. And like we always say, man, you got gold, you got silver, you got all these different things, investments, quote unquote. But there's nothing better, in my personal opinion, than the number one money in the world. And I think since I talked about it this whole video, you guys know what it is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.